Hey everybody, welcome to another recap of Project Runway. This week, Tim Gunn and Vivienne Tam showed up, and they were like, you're going to be designing your own fabrics. Crazy. What a great idea. So each of the designers had 1 hour to use the HP Touch computer. Some of them were using paintbrushes, and it was their fingers. They could use color. It was really, really inspiring. Then they ended up printing out their fabric on a giant HP printer. I mean, that thing was freaking huge. It was like 3 or 4 printers lined up wise, and then it was just amazing. Obviously, it's going to be a 2-day challenge because they're going to be manufacturing their fabric and sending it to them the next morning. But they're also going to have $100 to spend at Mood to get a little incendiary fabrics. But they only had 20 minutes to shop for that. So, it's workroom fun time. Anthony blames Beyonce for his troubles. His uncle has a porn addiction. TMI, Anthony, TMI. We find out that Emilio was making this baby blue bustier, and I don't know, that thing was just fug. I'm glad he started over because that was just bad. It's Seth Aaron's birthday. Happy birthday, Seth Aaron. It's also my niece's birthday, Caitlin. I think she's 20. So, happy birthday, Caitlin. Or maybe it's 21. I'm not sure. I'm not good at those things. Okay, Seth Aaron calls his wife, and he's talking about his puppy, and they show a picture of his kids, and it was really touching, and I feel bad for him. It's hard to be away from home. It really is. So, the fabric has arrived, and it's gorge. Oh my goodness. Elio's print, however, I really didn't like it. It was like this graffiti print that he had made that was like E Sosa, and the O on Sosa was a heart. But it was this weird blue color against black and white, and I don't know. To me, it just looked really, I don't know. It looked like Keith Haring type of graffiti. Tim checks in, and Tim really doesn't get it at first either. He's like, why do you have your initials and Seth Aaron's initials? And he's like, it's not Seth Aaron's initials, it's E. Sosa. And Tim was just like, oh, I didn't know. So, Mila, after the model fitting, we find out that her whole design is like a freaking white teepee. It's so weird looking, and I'm not getting it at all. The model was having some trouble walking in it too, so Anthony's having trouble with his design as well, though. The top on his is just not fitting right, so he had to basically have a funeral for it and start over with that as well. Jonathan, he's got all kinds of problems. His design is pasty, he's pasty. It's just, it looks very leathery vinyl seat cushion. I don't know. I just didn't like his thing at all. It looked like a bad faded out ad for Pepto-Bismol. But it wasn't pink. It was blue instead. So it's time for the Runway Show. I have no idea what I just said. The judges, Michael Kors, as usual, when he's available, Nina Garcia, and Vivienne Tam, because that would make sense. She was there at the beginning. She should be there at the end. So they had the Runway Show, and I was very shocked to find out that Jay was safe. Why didn't he win? Because his outfit, the black and primal green colored sleek pants, top, and jacket were totally hot. The green against the black was so fresh, and the details that he had on the jacket and the pants and everything, I really liked it. I'm really surprised he didn't win. So let's talk about the top and bottom, or aka everyone else. Emilio, he had the blue graffiti print. It was a jacket over a dress. I guess the jacket was not the print. Michael Kors was going friggin' nuts for this. He was like, it could be in all kinds of fabrics. It could be tall. It could be big. It could be small. It could be this. I hated it. I don't know. I just didn't see it, Michael. I wouldn't buy anything like that because it's so, I don't know, it's just so contrived to me. And then Mila. She had that rainbow stripe long maxi dress that she used mostly the white fabric on the top, and then on the bottom was like this gay Mexican flag. Michael Kors said it. I didn't. I didn't like it, and the model could barely walk. What was it made out of? Like sheetrock that she couldn't like move? And Anthony, he had a purple and black short dress with an extreme baby jacket. Oh boy, we've seen it before, Anthony, and it's not even that good. I'm sorry. I liked Anthony's stuff a lot in the beginning, but I don't know. He's just doing the same stuff over and over again. It's just... Seth Aaron, he had this pop art print, English rocker inspired jacket that was so fitted and hot. He had a yellow tie that made the whole thing pop. He had these awesome pants and a shirt. He really put a lot into that. I'm really liking Seth Aaron's this week. In fact, I didn't like Seth Aaron's work so much in the beginning because I thought it was very 80s. But now I'm seeing the retro in it. It's not just 80s. It's retro 80s. I don't know if you get the difference or not, but it's nice. Maya, black and red fitted short dress. It not only had the visual texture in the print that she made, which looked like electricity, but it also had a gathered texture in the middle with the contrasting fabric. So, and the model that she used also had her hair done in a faux hawk, so it really complemented the texture stripe in the dress. She was thinking. Michael Kors dubbed her a romantic warrior. I'm gonna have to agree, it was really nice. Jonathan, oh Jonathan, the washed out bubble print dress with the reverse straitjacket. It was a sad, dirty tablecloth, and Michael Kors went nuts on him. He just kept like laying into him like, oh honey, help me back on with my straitjacket, and this is horrible, and it's bizarre, and he was really affected by the whole thing. I thought he was gonna bust out crying at one point. It wasn't a good look though. It really did look like a faded old piece of vinyl tablecloth from a picnic ground somewhere that somebody had left behind for a few weeks. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I just didn't get it. Alright, so the results are in. Emilio wins, and I'm totally shocked because out of the ones that were left, besides Jay, I would have thought that Seth Aaron would have won. But they chose him second, followed by Maya and Mila, the twins. I'm really surprised Mila was not in the bottom two because that thing was a freaking train wreck. The bottom two then, by process of elimination, is Anthony and Jonathan. So Anthony, same old, and he has a plethora of excuses. Jonathan, that was just bizarre, sad, and a complete misfire. So from those explanations, you would think that Jonathan would be going home, but in actuality, it was Anthony. So, I guess they kept Jonathan because he's more willing to take a risk than Anthony. Bye, Anthony. I'm gonna miss your little quips. Next time you're gonna see them blah blah blah. You're gonna see them design for a celebrity that is difficult, and Heidi is glad that she is not in their shoes. Till next time, much love.